Perfect impression of that.
Sweat Equity Podcast and Streaming Show, the #1 comedy business podcast in the world. Pragmatic entrepreneurial advice and real raw dog talk. On Valentine's Day, we have special guest, your boo.
Yeah.
I'm not in studio, so your boo is taking the co-captain chair there. Listen to us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, your mom's Walkman, Spotify, YouTube, Vimeo. We're big on Vimeo. We're fucking crushing it on Vimeo. This episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Create a customizable, all-in-one website without having to do any programming with your little paws. But if you want to do it, it's scalable enough for any custom code. It's an all-in-one solution, online store. Get it at Squarespace. Choose a template or the new Fluid Engine, which is just design it the way you want. No template needed. That's what I've been doing all day. That's what I've been doing today. All day, man. Making websites, churning them out.
Lots of fluids.
Cool. Ooh, yeah. Start your free trial today with the promo code, the promo link in our episode description. If you want to be our BFFs, subscribe to this pod, give us a little 5-star action, and share it with a little shorty out there. Need some business help? Let's get it going.
It's called Sweat Equity. Sweat Equity.
Sweat Equity.
Sweat Equity.
Sweat Equity.
You are listening to the Sweat Equity Podcast.
Sweat Equity.
Yeah, doing Zoom doesn't feel as good. It's not even Zoom business meetings. Like if they're local, I'll try to hit them up in person. You want to introduce our guest, our lovely guest?
Our lovely guest, my fiance, Jessenia Rojas Redinger soon. Let me ask you this: what do you think about guys who have their last names hyphenated when they get married?
Can you tell him
Guys?
why you thought about that?
Dude, that happens all the time.
Who?
Wait. What guys do you know that have done this?
D. Gordon, second baseman, formerly for the Dodgers, now plays for the Marlins. Now he's D. Strange Gordon.
No.
Yeah. I saw it on a baseball card.
He didn't dork. He didn't do a Maurice Jones-Drew action.
Yeah, he used to be Maurice Drew.
Right, but Jones-Drew was his parents, I thought.
Oh. Well, I thought some of them are. I should have really.
Did you not look that one up?
We're freeballing here. I didn't really.
I was like, why are guys doing that? And he's just like, it's a thing.
I'm like, oh, no black guys doing it.
So yeah, I don't know.
Well, my mom did just tell me that you can't even order. I don't know if I can talk about that. You can't order.
Mark the tape. Mark the tape. You're ready.
She said something about a McDonald's thing she read saying that you can't order black coffee anymore.
What do you mean?
Is there a punchline?
No. It has to be espresso. Like you can't say it has to be American coffee, or I don't even know.
Oh, they probably just changed what it says on a menu.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Maybe I should have said that because
Wait, if I go to McDonald's and I go black coffee,
I don't know. I don't know.
They're gonna be like, "What do you mean black coffee?"
Yeah. I mean, I like my women like I like my coffee.
All black and strong.
And you have your dog on the show, which just looks like a stuffed animal at this point.
I know she basically is.
But I'm always entertained that you talk to her in Italian.
Yeah, she has no idea what we're saying.
Well, my American brain doesn't put it together that if you had a dog and you spoke a different language, it would respond to those things.
I try living with him, and I'm always like, "Come on, Melly, what are you doing? Come on, Melly." And then Rocco has to run outside. Subito, Melly.
Rocco's really good at it.
He knows all the words.
Vieni qua, subito.
Yeah, I'm like what he said.
So it's Valentine's Day. This is your Valentine's date.
This is it. We had a Chipotle lunch. Very romantic.
Lucky girl. Lucky you. And by the way, I've never heard this from the guest side. It sounds kicked out.
Really?
For all our guests, yeah.
What do you mean?
Basically,
Like they can't hear us?
like there's no the mic sound doesn't come into.
Oh yeah, it's picking up the audio on just from my computer.
I know.
So it's like a 3-foot distance, plus a crappy mic.
I never thought about it from the perspective
Really?
of the guest.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for
You're so selfish.
100 guests.
See, I thought about it from the perspective of the guest, and I was like, I don't care. Tough titties. I don't know what to do. I mean, we can't really. I guess we could hook up a mic into that. But I don't want to pain
You
in the
can
ass.
you can definitely feed it into there.
I feel like that's such an easy fix.
You know what, you guys, you'll be handing me out all this homework and stuff.
When is your podcast starting?
Yes. When is it starting, darling?
I'm like, are you talking to me?
Yes, you.
I don't know when I grow some balls. I don't know.
What's the hiccup?
I think the biggest thing is having somebody to talk to that can talk to me about maybe certain topics that I don't know. Eric, I can't really talk to Eric about Italian food topics because he's never been to Italy. So it just sounds weird. He's like, oh
And the
yeah.
Carrabba's.
Yeah, but I'll give you the argument that he can be the voice of the audience. That doesn't know
Exactly
either.
what I said. I could be the stupid guy.
Yeah, because
I asked the questions that everybody else would ask.
Okay.
right.
I guess.
It's kind of how we claim we don't prep because it helps the show, so we can.
Right.
We just don't want to, but it's really but it does help to go ask from the mouth of babes kind of thing, where you're just like, oh well, I'm glad I didn't look a lot of stuff up and get super granular beforehand.
Cool.
And that's how we've done it, but I like improving too. But it's like, I think you should be able to just work off anybody, whether they know what they're talking about or not.
You're right.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not used to that, especially with what I did in Rome. It was I said the exact same thing every single day. So to think that I have to talk about something, specific topic, but maybe get thrown different questions that I'm not used to. Well,
Right. It's more of a conversation, whereas before it was more of a performance.
Yeah.
One-way conversation. But you can do
And
it.
Eric can act as a fat American that you had to take around.
See,
on
Law
tours.
thinks I'm getting fat too.
Are you
Yeah?
getting fat? What are you, above 40?
No. More than that? I don't even know. 165?
Really? Is that all in the penis?
Yeah. No.
I got to my biggest fat at 220.
Congratulations.
That was about, I don't know, a month ago, and I'm down already 20 pounds because I just went to ultra, get your shit together, man. You can't start getting, I was starting to look like Gerard Depardieu.
Oh, yeah. You got
Wait.
that danger zone.
20 pounds in 1
Depardieu
month?
zone.
Probably less than that, honestly.
That's healthy.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't have to cut down.
Whatever.
Well, I started
You look
doing
great.
I went for a 5-mile run today.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna go hard.
That's
I'm gonna
good.
get down. I saw an old clip of myself from 10 years ago, and I was like, I need to get down to that weight. I need to get to fighting weight.
What is that?
Welterweight. 180 for me is pretty lean.
Uh,
The low 180s, I should say. I don't think I've been under 180 since high school.
I've never been 180 in my
Well,
life.
You don't have 26-inch thighs, baby.
I
I'm
know.
a thirst trap for the
Wait.
gays.
What were you at your heaviest?
Probably 175 topped out, muffin topped out.
Now,
I got a slight frame though, it didn't
Are we gonna
look
do-
good.
are we going to do roids as we get older?
Maybe, why not? You say
What's your
roids,
feel-
like HGH maybe?
Low dose HGH or T? You got low T?
Right.
PT?
I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't tested that. I haven't tested. You gotta get
Jess,
your
have
blood
you-
drawn, don't you?
Have you thought about this either? Because a lot of women are now getting a lot more testosterone put in.
Yes.
counterbalance their premenopausal or menopausal stages.
Yeah, I think I should stay off of all the testosterone.
I don't think that's a good idea. I don't need that.
Roid rage?
Aggression? Yeah, I don't need some roid rage over here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no.
You'd have to do you have to do testosterone. Probably just testosterone. You do HGH, your head will just be gigantic.
Oh yeah, I'd have to do Winstrol, whatever the cutting one is.
Yeah, that's the cutting one.
But Jess, you could hormone replacement. That's what women do.
What is it? Testosterone? Wouldn't it be
Well,
estrogen?
it's like it lowers the estrogen, and everybody has estrogen and testosterone, to my knowledge.
yes.
Right.
Yes.
Just like everybody has a penis and vagina, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Right. And so, like, with women, the common thing I've heard, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts with women talking about this, and it's like, they go, oh, I didn't get the other side for guys. Because they get really horny.
Right.
And
And they're just
like-
getting like the tip of the spear. So
And
to
they're
speak.
like, I had no idea. I had no idea you got... a lot of trans people that go through the surgery
So wait.
and start...
What you're saying
Women to
is
men.
whatever these women are doing makes these women horny? Like horny?
Yeah.
Well, they're doing hormone replacement, so they're counterbalancing their premenopausal or menopausal kind of stages with a little bit more, a little bit less estrogen because they're producing a lot. I think I don't.
I was gonna say I thought they stopped producing estrogen.
I
don't know.
I could be wrong.
We're not
that's why.
doctors.
That's why I was about
Nobody
to
listen to
caveat.
us. Well, I mean, whatever.
I read this stuff on an edible, and I'm like, ooh, this is
I'm a
interesting.
doctor now. Ugh.
But no, I think the behavior part is really interesting. I don't care really about the science of it. I care
Right.
about the, like, trans women to men. They experience this too because they're pumping up testosterone, and then they go, I had no idea how horny dudes were on the reg, and they really empathize because they're like, I didn't know this was how it is, kind of thing. Isn't
Yeah.
that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's not interested in that.
No, I'm just
Moving on.
thinking. No, I do think it's interesting. I just don't think that. I don't know. I like everything natural. If I don't need something in my body that's any type of shot, pill, anything like that, I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to hold like for now implants. That's a different thing.
Okay.
Totally
Like to make
different.
sense there.
Yeah. No, I'm even.
Are you gonna get butt implants?
No, I'm gonna
No.
work on that. We've talked about that
No,
because
that
I
one's-
see there's certain things that I believe that you can work on, and if you can work on it, then and not pay for it, why not? Then don't be lazy. If there's things that there's just nothing you can do, then I say go for it. Whether it's breasts, eyelid lift, there's that too, which I want to do one day.
That never put. Long run the face stuff that doesn't really play out well. I mean, the Madonna picture
Whoa.
recently
Yeah.
is scary. I don't know if you've seen.
Did you see that?
Yeah, well, I think you guys get scared by things like that, by people that overdid it. But I think there's people that have like done it gracefully throughout the years, and you can't even tell. Like famous people too, like these women. I
That's
don't
fair.
know because
like-
Madonna. That's terrible what she did. That's like
Yeah. I mean, it's
Well, I
just
do
you see the dramatic ones, like Tom Brady coming back after getting his facelift, is just like, come on, buddy, you look weird. Like you just look dramatically different. Obviously, I'm speculating, but that's what it was like for me. I was like, what the
Well, the
hell?
picture of him and
was he
Tony
doing in
Dungy
training camp.
looks like they're on cocaine. Like their face
Oh, yeah.
is too like their eyes are too big when they're smiling, and it's weird.
Well, yeah, Dungy's always had that sort of. Better be careful with my words. Not crackhead. Just strung out. I don't know. He just had that skinny guy look that, like, it's like that guy's never putting on weight no matter what he does.
It's intense Christian face, I'd say.
Yes.
I told you I
Lean through Jesus.
I sat behind him on a Southwest flight from Phoenix to Tampa after the national championship, the Auburn, Oregon one. And I was Southwest, like, you have to check in the day before. Phones didn't work during the game, during, like, game day that day, so it was almost impossible to do. I got the last seat, So I had a middle seat, and I was like hungover, partying from the night before, like had to drink just to not throw up, kind of thing.
Sure.
On a 4-hour flight back, and I'm bitching about it. And then a row in front of me is Tony Dungy sitting in a middle seat, not bitching about this and reading the Bible
Whoa.
for 4 hours. 4 hours.
For 4 hours?
Yeah, because I didn't
finish it in 4 hours?
My phone was dead, so I just had to kind of sit there in agony.
You're reading the Bible over your shoulder?
I was like, yeah, just looking. I could see the gold like outline on the pages.
Right.
Like he's still going through it, and I'm like, dude's the real deal. That's my only Tony Dungy story.
Yeah. You think it's the Bible? I mean, who knows what's in there? Maybe he's got some kind of
Have you-
crazy Bible.
Jess, I was wondering if you wanted to bring up one of the topics we talked about last time. We were all hanging out, talking about White Lotus.
Which part?
Which part?
There's so many parts. I keep
The butt
reliving. By the
eating?
way,
Is that what you're
that's-
talking about? The butt eating?
The butt eating.
Is that what we
What
were
about
talking
it?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I think
but-
it's funny you made
I do
the
believe that.
proclamation that if Eric and I, we don't have to try it on each other, but if we tried it, we would like it. Receiving butt eating.
Yes. I
just like how
liking it.
adamant-
Yes. Now.
I like how adamant you were about it.
Oh no, I'm positive. It's impossible that you. It's like impossible. Now, are you that comfortable with saying that you want more? No.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
the
feel like-
delineation. You're just like, okay, that's
Well,
good. That's good. I'm done.
It's kind of like why I've never like paid. A parallel to that is like I've never paid for a Lady of the Night because I feel like once you pop that Pringles can, you can't stop. Like it's just too easy, and I feel like if I do like it, I might have an insatiable butt thirst for it. Like
Right.
my ass might quench for someone to lick it all the time.
Yeah, then
And
you get some poor woman who becomes your go-to all-star, and she's just got to live with
kind
that.
of should be a quality that you look for in a girl. Yeah.
The willingness, yes, because that's love.
I don't know if I'd
The
call it
execution, I mean,
because you actually like it. Some people actually.
you actually like it.
How about this? I've got.
Do you
my
enjoy
hand-
eating a girl out?
Yeah,
I do, but only because I'm really bad at sex, and then also because I like them to have the best time they can, and it makes me have a better time. Because like I don't want to be a 2-pump chump and then just be like, all right, I'm gonna go sleep.
That
'Cause
doesn't really answer my question, though. Do you
Yeah.
like it? Because a girl can tell if you like it. If you're doing it because you want to please the moment, a girl can tell. If you're doing it because you really like it and you really like it, a girl can tell. There's a big
No,
difference.
but I'm saying the driving force is for them to feel good, right? It's
Yeah.
not. So it's not.
right. So you enjoy that part. You enjoy them enjoying it.
Okay.
That's
Part of it,
that's pretty-
and I see everything as a puzzle, so sometimes that's part of it too.
Well,
to see
same-
if I can.
Same with
the
ass
puzzle
eating.
of all puzzles, the master puzzle.
So ass eating, getting it done.
All
is
I
a
can
grind.
think about is people that I know for a fact are new listeners. This is going to be their first episode.
Well,
I'm sorry, and I'm also sorry for the quality of the last one since I wasn't around. You did a good job getting it out. Good job, but that's not our normal quality.
it was bad, and I was like, okay, Zoom. This should have recorded fine, and I listened to a half second. And I was like, well, we gotta get something out.
Yeah, it was fine.
But okay, back to
Dang
back
it.
to chomping down.
I was hoping to
in those
distract you
cheeks.
guys.
Oh no! We gotta really drill down on this. as The business world likes to say. I'll take a side note. If we give any kind of businessy kind of info, that Remini app we've talked about that can make pictures that are low quality and really small. It'll AI make it bigger. They now have a video function that's pretty dang good. So REMINI.
It's funny you bring that up, actually, because during the Super Bowl, I saw the commercial for the new Google Pixel that has that tech. I think they just have the photo tech in there. But I was saying, as it was happening, I was like, I brought up Remini. I was like, that Remini I used that work, that'll go away. So they'll just buy that up and stick it in all our phones, and nobody will appreciate it. And then on to the next one. It's just how it goes.
Yeah. Look, if you do any kind of marketing work, you're going to have to use images of some sort. Or if you're doing some kind of creative endeavor online, you're going to need something like that. It's $30 a year. I mean, why not? I use it personally sometimes. If someone takes a picture for you, looks bad, you're like, I'm going to just fix this real quick.
It's good for old pictures, your early 2000s Facebook pictures when you're back in college, and everything looks a little different, and you can, upscale those, whatever.
I just tested an old video that was kind of, low quality, and it looks it's not, you can tell if it's your video, but I don't think anybody else would tell if I posted it out there.
Yeah.
So I totally spaced out. You know how I usually do that?
Yeah.
And I got, I came back.
Don't worry.
She's back.
No, I
She's
didn't.
back.
I'm back, but I'm back because you said something.
What?
That I was like, what is he talking about? But then I realized that you're talking about whatever I wasn't listening to. But
Eric wanted to go prude with the show content. I want to get back to ass eating for a second.
Oh, no.
I thought we
But
squeezed
this was
that
good.
grape.
You said something about making old pictures look better.
Yeah.
I was just looking through my Facebook and I saw all these pictures that I posted a while back that I tried to get zoom in and it looks terrible.
Yeah.
Can that fix that?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, we got that here. Could do that.
Thanks.
By the way,
never tell you.
an idea I had a long time ago, and I tried to look for it today. It looks like one company tried to make it, didn't do it. Why isn't there a Shazam for car noises? Your car makes a noise. I pitched this to someone 10 years ago in their office, and they're like, "That's a really good idea." And I was like, "Fucking take it. I don't care. Just do it."
Just somebody
Man
do
with
it.
Elon Musk.
Well, I was trying to get in good with a private equity firm at the time, and I was like, "Look, I'm an ideas man, but I'll actually see it through. I just don't have any money to make it work."
Right.
And I was like, "How is there not? If you can Shazam every goddamn song ever,
And it gets it within 2 seconds.
right?
It's not like it has to think and be like, what was that? Let it play a little bit longer. No, it knows immediately.
That's not true.
That's
Maybe-
only if it's if there's people talking or if there's something else going on, it might take a second. But if it gets a clear, if it's in there, it knows it immediately.
I'm thinking I was trying to explain what the sound was and try to look it up. I couldn't find YouTube videos to find the noise. It was like a whirring sound on my dad wagon, 2 car seats in the back, giving that girl's that dap,
Right.
that dry ass.
Oh, thank you. I knew what you meant.
I didn't.
Now you do.
Ladies
So
out
if
there,
I reuse that later, you're going to get it?
Well, I knew what
gonna
WAP
remember.
was.
yeah,
Yeah, well, that's different. That's
it's a 2003 Yukon. Not bragging, but that makes it a classic this year. Pretty cool.
You going to get that antique license plate?
You know it, dude. Next to my vintage license plate frame.
Yeah.
It's and truck nuts. I'm just surprised there isn't anything for that. I'm trying to even describe the sound. I'm like, it's a whirring sound, and I get up to 2,000 RPMs, and the whirring gets more frequency, and this is almost impossible to Google.
Right.
Honestly, this really should happen. I really think it's such a great idea. For someone like me, for anybody, really. That's a great idea.
I love the idea.
But
And it could still be viable in the next couple of years, but I feel like before we know it, the cars will all be diagnosing themselves. It'll have we won't have to tell a mechanic, what's wrong with the car? He'll just be like, I'll just plug it in right here. It'll tell me.
This,
You know?
this
We're
would
gonna
be
be
for,
dead.
What?
We're gonna be dead.
We're not going to be dead. That'll be
Well-
before we know it.
you are right. They all, like, at a certain point, I don't know, 10 years ago, they all have some kind of computer link to it.
Right.
But
Remember,
I'd
his is
say-
2003.
what about the dumb cars? The dumb cars that don't have it, huh?
You got to
Well,
get a new
Honda-
car.
I do, but that Cybertruck can't come out fast enough.
I know. What the hell? What is the deal with those? Have you looked it up recently?
It's microprocessors. If you watch The Departed, microprocessors. But we don't have the chips. We don't have the microchips. That's the big supply chain delay. We don't make them here. Back to ass eating. Where are we at? What's the time?
26.
Good. Okay. We're rounding it out with the round side of the
The round backside of the podcast.
All right. So I compare it to this. I told you I know I won't like it. I don't need to vacation in Haiti to know I won't like it. I won't vacation in Haiti.
Oh my god.
Right. It probably
I have-
tickles. It probably tickles. It'll probably make you giggle.
Well, first off, this ass don't quit. It's a pretty big canyon. You could lose an arm in there. And
So it's dangerous.
it could be dangerous.
Right.
You're right.
You
Yeah.
should tell. Yeah. I mean,
That's easy. You get on all fours. You aim up.
Here we go.
Up.
If I wasn't vulnerable enough, now you want me to. Well, now I'm thinking like die position as a baby, just legs spread, holding them
Right.
on my back.
I know. Pick you up
go to
by your
town.
ankles, hold you up above, just like a
Plus,
thing of
part-
bananas.
Part of having a huge canyon, a crevasse, like I have the man equivalent of a Brazilian woman's ass,
It's true.
but it's a jungle in between the crack. I'm hairless, and then it's a jungle that I don't trim.
Right.
I won't trim.
You can't trim it. You trim it in your Chafe City.
I have T-Rex
Feel-
arms. I can't even get back there. I have like
you
I have
barely
to get
wipe.
help. Yeah, you want to do it? You can do it.
No. You do
Yeah.
me, I'll do you.
You want to narrate?
God, that would be funny.
So
That's good content.
here's another parallel. I have hyperhidrosis in my hands and feet. They constantly sweat all the time. It's not. I'm not nervous. Everybody gives me some kind of way to fix it. Like, why don't you do Botox in your hand? I'm like, yeah, cool. Why don't I get 30 shots of botulism in my hands
Right.
every
Have them
month?
partially paralyzed.
Right. And they're like, well, is it anxiety? It's like, no, I'm just built that way. My kids have a little bit of it. It's interesting. So it's like, I know I don't like holding hands with chicks. I don't like doing it. Even though everybody I tell my hands are sweaty, the first thing they do is go like this.
Right. Oh, you're right. Gross.
They
That's
do
why I
it
said
like
that.
a cool like high five, like a air high five, if I'm describing it to the audio listeners. And I recoil inside every time.
You should just
same
hold that
with-
in. Don't tell people. Just let them figure it out on their own.
Well, if it's something where I'm on a date or something, and they're like, God, this guy's like a robot. He's not very affectionate. I'm like, you just have to deal with that.
Just put your sweaty hands all over them.
Then you sound like either I'm like on coke or like to them, or like I'm super nervous, which I'm not. They're sweating right now, hands and feet.
I mean,
Awesome.
you know, maybe girls like they might think it's cute. Oh, he's so nervous to be around me. Like, no, I'm not nervous to be around you. You're like a 6.
Listen, that
They
really
do-
does happen though.
Huh.
That girls do. I don't know. Like if a guy's kind of nervous, I don't know. You
Right.
end up
It's endearing.
might have a great date because you're like, you know what? And then I don't know.
No, they do.
Pity
they-
sex.
friend, great. Yeah, that's what that's what I want my life to live out.
Count it.
I get pity sex. Eat my ass. I'm like
Pity ass
that's-
eating.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like that. And most women I date are great ladies, because sometimes they'll listen.
They're
after
ladies
we-
of the day.
and they'll still want to hold my hand anyway. And then a minute later, they're like, ugh. And I'm like, yeah, this is what I just told you. With ass eating, I don't like a digit near there. I've had a colonoscopy. That's the only entry into my asshole. I don't need a tongue.
Right.
I don't. Life is good in other ways. I don't need it.
Yeah, I think it's superfluous.
So
You know.
I don't get
I don't-
enough ass to like. No pun intended. I don't get enough ass to need to get my ass licked.
So I'm not the kind of person that when I'm in a relationship, I didn't even, well, yeah, I guess just when I'm in a relationship, I don't like to talk like about that kind of stuff to a certain degree to where I'm involved in it or in any
very
way.
publicly on a podcast.
Well, no, it's because it's to me, it's also a natural thing. Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, you're gonna like it. Yeah, it's natural because your G-spot's back there. You may not, again, ask for it, but you will like it. I'm telling you, you will like it. It's impossible.
you
I
will
don't-
get it, and you will like it.
You not like again. It's now.
You
I
work
don't
for
think.
big ass.
I feel like I have to, make
Are
it
you a
clear
lobbyist?
that I'm not like, yeah, no, she works.
No, and
she's
I
a
don't-
lobbyist for big ass, big ass eating. I mean,
Gross.
I don't have to like defend myself from Jess being like, you're gonna lay there and you're gonna like it.
No, I don't. I'm
You
not
know.
like
Yeah.
that. No,
Get your
but
cuffs on, cuff yourself
It's in your iCal. I saw y'all's iCal. Shared calendar.
once a year.
Yeah. It's your
We do
birthday.
it. Arbor Day.
Sorry, we cut you off. You were on a roll.
no, I
We
wasn't
cut you
actually.
off.
But that's so sad. I didn't want to talk about that. Like my first time back. I even was getting dressed. I'm like, so what are we talking about? And
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her. He hit me up on Slack and was like, "We'll talk about this." I was like, "Okay."
I literally had nothing except for Google doesn't like Chat GPT. No
Why?
shock there.
What do you mean? It
Because they
doesn't
want
like it.
they want to make us all content creators for them. It doesn't incentivize them to have AI write stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know, and I don't know.
That's something
My
I've been
bigger-
thinking about though, where it's like Google is so much on top of original content and all this stuff, and plagiarism. If it's plagiarized, if it's copied off of something else, it's not going to rank as well. All that shit. It's just like, how much longer can that be a determining factor before it's just like, a doctor's office can only write about eczema so many times. It's like, I know there's some things that have an infinite number, but it's really like across the country, people doing this on their own little tiny websites over and over again. Like, the shit's going to get so convoluted. Like, how are you going to differentiate that?
Right. Yeah, no. I've been looking at a bunch of law firm websites, and they all feel like they're written either by someone who barely knows English or
Jasper AI.
or Copy AI or Bard or any of these AI kind of generators. And it's like, I think the story of Chat GPT is interesting because I want to know how they got 1 million signups in a month. That's unheard of.
Well, it's
That's
free,
insane.
right? It's free.
Still, like, I don't know.
I
feel
can
like
imagine there being at least 1 million college students saying, yes, please give me that thing that'll write my paper for me.
well, now they have the anti-plagiarism stuff, and now they have the anti-plagiarism
Right.
stuff.
Exactly. Like,
when you do
let's
so much-
just lay back and let the robots do their thing. Let's stop fighting it. Look, she's Italian. Italians
It's all-
they're so anti-technology. They want to all just be driving around in manual transmission cars.
That's why
that
you're
you don't
talking
plug
about-
in, that doesn't diagnose itself.
Yeah.
They
I-
barely have computers over there.
I want to be more of that life. I would rather be more of that
Right,
life.
but
Like,
it's not going to happen. So you might as
But-
well just
right,
lean
I wanna-
into it.
right. I want to be aware.
Why? Because we'll be homeless if we do that.
That's not true.
Yeah, well,
I guess Wim Hof has a phone.
yeah. Wim
about
Hof got
like-
famous on the internet.
What about when people were trying to get PPP loans in the pandemic, and then you find out, oh, the guys that got them is all programmatic. There's all
Yeah.
these other things filling out this stuff for them.
Right.
Like, there's a major advantage at the higher levels with this stuff, and it's a little scary.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sound like Sam Tripoli, Tinfoil Hat podcast.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a concern when you have so much programmatic and AI stuff kind of kicking out things and claiming it's good. Who knows? It's like Netflix used to have good stuff on there. Now it's just formulaic garbage.
Yeah.
Why?
When's the last time they had a good? What was the last good one they had?
Because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to produce. That's why they got all the stand-ups on there. Stand-up's cheap compared to a sitcom, compared to a drama. You just gotta have to pay one guy.
Yeah,
one
producing the whole thing is writing it, rewriting it.
Netflix didn't. They're not like, we love comedy. We love stand-up comedy.
We love money.
They're like,
want money.
this endless well of thirsty comics that need a special.
Right. And we can pay them pennies on the dollar.
Oh yeah, or maybe they'll do it themselves, and maybe we'll pay them.
Right, we'll buy it for
later.
them for pennies
We
on
might
the
not even
dollar.
produce it. So it's like, I don't know. You just have to look at the incentives of all these things. My biggest thing is Google controls 96% or 94% of like all organic search, and that creeps me out.
Sure.
When you control the narrative on YouTube and what people search for to find something out, that's that's scary. All right, are we good?
Hope everybody's scared.
I was about to say,
watch out for the
thanks.
aliens.
Well, I'm already like anti.
We didn't even get to talk about them aliens.
But
right?
see, I'm not scared of like people
About what?
listening to me. I don't care about that. Or like looking at my phone. I don't care. Look, like I don't have anything to show. I don't know. I don't care about that. But I am scared that they can know like that it is so.
Well, it's more like the control of the narrative, like getting you receiving correct information is what the problem becomes. Is when they can then manipulate media. And now I'm sounding like Sam Tripoli, but that's the real fear.
Well, and also when people gain control, I'll use government as an example. They don't ever relinquish it.
No, those new
Unless it's
laws
a
that
huge-
get passed, they never get repealed. Like, you never get more freedom, rarely. It was crazy when they took away the motorcycle helmet law in Florida. Like, what a weird one to take away.
Well, that one I feel like we don't. Darwinism can kind of take care of that, but like, if you don't wear a helmet on a motorcycle, you maybe
Right.
you're taking those chances.
That's
but-
true. I guess that is a good one. I do like that they repealed it. I'm just saying it's kind of crazy that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, that took papers. They had to fill out papers and print papers and stuff.
All I heard was Peppa Pig. Papers? Peppa
Print
Pig?
papers. They had to print the papers to change the law. I think that's good. I think we're good.
This has been the Republican Podcast.
The ass-eating Republican podcast.
Wait, do I have to say by
Bye.
law? By law.
Bye.
Bye.
You guys can do some extra innings.
Eh.
Toodles.